Fear of all the weight rushing back. Fear of undoing months of progress. Fear that the freedom and confidence that she finally experienced will get ripped out from underneath her. Welcome to the Nicole Curcio podcast, the show for women who want it all. Faith at the center, a strong and feminine body, deep family connections, and true freedom in their lives. I'm Nicole Curcio, a former medical insider turned fat loss and physique coach. I help high-performing women transform from the inside out, physically, mentally, and spiritually, without starving, obsessing, or burning out. Around here, we train with intention, eat with purpose, and build a life that reflects the woman you were created to be. Let's get into it. Today, we're tackling something that I see all the time, especially in women who've been stuck in diet culture for years, living in poverty calories. And what I mean by poverty calories is that 1,000 to 1,200 calorie mindset, or even less. But that's typically where it's at. That belief that the less you eat, the better. That somehow if you can push a little bit harder, restrict a little bit more, and show more discipline, the scale will finally reward you. But let's call it what it actually is. Eating like that, it's not discipline. It's desperation. And it's the real reason that you feel stuck. You've probably seen it. Women bragging about how little they eat. I only had a protein bar today. I can't believe I survived on 900 calories yesterday. It's almost worn like a badge of honor. Like the less you eat, the more worthy you are of results. But here's the truth. Your body doesn't reward you for suffering. It punishes you for it. Think about it. If you were running a household and only had $1,200 a month to cover rent, groceries, gas, and all the rest of your bills, how long would that last? Not very long. You would start cutting corners anywhere you possibly could, shutting off the lights, skipping meals, maybe even selling things just to survive. That's exactly what your body does when you feed it in poverty calories. It's gonna cut corners. It's gonna try to shut things down. It will do the bare minimum just to survive, which means the energy drops. Your workouts feel weak and your hair and skin lose its vibrancy. Your hormones tank and the fat loss that you're chasing, that's gonna come to a screeching halt. So let's break down what actually happens when you stay eating in poverty calories for way too long. Your body needs energy. If you don't feed it enough, it doesn't just burn fat, but it's going to burn away muscle. However, muscle is your metabolism's best friend. When you lose muscle, you burn fewer calories at rest. Ever wonder why you're exhausted by 3 p.m.? It's not that you're lazy. It's that your body literally doesn't have fuel. This is the kicker. Poverty calories almost always backfires because eventually your body takes over. Hunger hormones, they ramp up. Cravings skyrocket. Willpower will plummet. And you end up in a binge, which then reinforces the guilt and shame cycle. And here's the painful part. Every time you do this, your body gets smarter. It adapts faster, which means the next time you try to slash away calories, it's going to fight even harder to hold on to what you've got. Now here's the good news. More food, it's not the enemy. It's the way out. Think of your metabolism like a campfire. If you keep throwing on tiny twigs, the fire never gets going. It just kind of smolders, weak and small. But if you give it logs, steady, consistent fuel, the fire will actually grow stronger. Same with your body. When you fuel it with enough calories, and I don't mean junk, I mean a balance of protein, carbs, fats, and micronutrients, your body starts to then trust you again. Your energy rises, your workouts actually build strength and muscle, your hormones rebalance. And here's the wild part. Fat loss actually becomes easier because your body isn't in panic mode anymore. It's not gripping onto fat for dear life, for survival. It's burning it as fuel. But let me tell you about one of my clients. She had done the whole 800, 900 calories a day diet multiple times. Every time the story was the same. She'd lose the weight only to gain it all back a couple months later. And in her mind, that was the only way forward. If she ever wanted to hit her goal, she believed that she had to starve herself. So when we started working together and I gave her a meal plan, she looked at me like I was crazy. She texts me things like, Nicole, there's no way I can eat all of this. Nicole, you've got to be kidding me. I am so full. How am I ever going to lose fat while eating all this food? But slowly and surely, her body began to respond. It wasn't fast. It wasn't the 2 to 3 month drop that she was used to. It was steady. And 10 months later, she hit her big, scary goal that she hadn't seen on the scale in 40 years. And here's where it gets even more powerful. Once she finally reached her fat loss goal, it was time to start bringing her calories back up. And she panicked. She tried to convince me she's happy living in that calorie deficit forever. But that wasn't happiness talking. It was fear. Fear of all the weight rushing back. Fear of undoing months of progress. Fear that the freedom and confidence that she finally experienced would get ripped out from underneath her. She was terrified that the second her calories went up, that she would blow up too. But after a couple weeks, everything shifted. She started to realize, wait, I can eat more food and not gain all the weight right back? I can make some fall treats and enjoy them with my kids and grandkids without any guilt? She started to experience the kind of freedom that most women don't believe is actually even possible. Freedom from food guilt, freedom from obsessing over every single calorie, freedom from the lie that less is better. Because here's the truth. Less isn't better. Better is better. So if you've been living on poverty calories, I want you to hear me. You don't need to punish your body to change it. You need to fuel it. Eating more doesn't make you undisciplined if you know what you're doing and you're fueling your body the right way. And if this hit home for you today, I'd love to hear about it. Send me a DM on Instagram at @therealNicoleCurcio and tell me if you've ever been stuck in this low-calorie trap. I share a lot more behind the scenes, including how my clients break free from poverty calories and finally see sustainable results. Strong, sexy, and unapologetically confident. That's the goal. Now go lift heavy, eat like you mean it, and act like the woman you're becoming. Talk soon.